China joined the World Trade Organization in 2011 and overtook the United States in 2013 to become the world's largest trading nation. Its trading volume hit a record high of $4.16 trillion, $0.25 trillion higher than the US volume. So what are the top countries that China traded with most? Is your country one of them? Let's check it out. Let's start with number 5, Vietnam. According to Vietnam Customs, China remained the biggest trade partner of Vietnam in 2016. China has increased its exports to Vietnam by the greatest percentage, up by 277.8% from 2009 to 2016, while Vietnam's export to China also went up by 34.4% year-on-year and imports hiked 0.4%. Most computers, electronics, wood-related products, and footwear of Vietnam were exported to China last month with revenue of $365 million. Also, Vietnam recorded a sharp increase in rubber exports to China with 131.4% year-on-year. While there is still a huge trade deficit with China, the country has spent $61.6 billion on imports from China last year, and it has asked China to create favorable conditions for more Vietnamese goods to enter China to help balance the bilateral trade. Coming in next is Germany. For the first time, China has become Germany's most important trading partner in 2016, overtaking the US and France. And Germany was the fourth largest trading partner to China last year. German imports and exports to and from China rose to $180 billion last year. The development is likely to be welcomed by the German government, which has made it a goal to safeguard global free trade after US President Donald Trump threatened to impose tariffs on imports, and his top advisor on trade accused Germany of exploiting a weak euro to boost exports. I want some kimchi. 안녕하세요. You guessed it right. South Korea is third on our list. The country is strategically located between the world's second leading importer, China, to the west, and the fourth largest importer, Japan, to the east. Thanks to the China-South Korea Free Trade Agreement that went into effect in 2015, the trade volume between the two countries has increased, making South Korea China's second largest trade partner in 2015 and the third largest in 2016. And China remains Seoul's largest trading partner, receiving 1/4 of South Korea's exports. There have been several boycotts this year in China for South Korean businesses and imports over the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, or THAAD, deployment in South Korea. Japan is number 2, the third largest economy in the world at $4.6 trillion. The country is China's second largest trading partner, and China is Japan's largest export market. According to Japan's finance ministry, China has overtaken the United States as the biggest buyer of Japanese goods. American consumers, troubled by the credit crunch and higher petrol prices, appear to have lost their taste for Japanese cars. China's exports to Japan amounted to $129.5 billion, or 6.1% of its overall exports last year. Japan's top exports to China are electronic equipment, machinery, nuclear reactors, boilers, and vehicles, other than railway and tramway. Japan's imports from China are also pretty much the same. And the number 1 trading partner is the United States. That's right. The United States is currently our largest goods trading partner with $648.2 billion in total two-way goods and services trade during 2016. Imports were $169.3 billion. Exports were $478.9 billion. The U.S. goods and services trade deficit with China was $309.6 billion in 2016. The United States imports consumer electronics, clothing, and machinery, etc. from China, while China imports commodities including oilseed, fruit, grain, and vehicles from U.S. A lot of the imports are from U.S. manufacturers that send raw materials to China for low-cost assembly. But the recent devaluation of the yuan by making Chinese goods cheaper for America could further increase US imports from China, and it's unlikely that the trade deficit will change since US consumers wouldn't want to pay high prices for their made in America goods. As the second largest economy and the largest trading country worldwide, China's global importance cannot be underestimated. What do you think of our top 5 list? Leave a comment below and tell us what you think. I'm your host, Jialan. See you next time!